Siri is also very useful for setting reminders for yourself. You can speak commands to Siri to create reminders in the Reminders app, or to set an alarm with the Clock app, or to add an appointment to your calendar. For example, remind me to call Scott.
Here's your reminder. Shall I create it?
Yes.
I've added it.
And now if I open my Reminders app, sure enough, under the Reminders card is Call Scott. Now I can be even more specific than that. Remind me to get a haircut on Thursday at 2 p.m.
Here's your reminder for Thursday at 2 p.m. Shall I create it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you.
Now if I go back into Reminders, notice Get a Haircut shows up, and it gives me the date and the time that I'm supposed to do that. Similarly, I can also say something like, set up a meeting with Melanie.
When is your meeting?
Friday at 2 p.m.
Okay, I can create your meeting. Note that you already have a meeting about meeting with Scott at 2 p.m. Shall I schedule it anyway?
Change it to 3 p.m.
Okay, I'll make that change to your event. Shall I schedule it?
Yes.
Your event with Melanie is scheduled for 3 p.m. Friday.
So, Siri was smart enough to notice I had a conflicting appointment at 2 o'clock on Friday, and I was able to just say, change it to 3 p.m., and it understood that I was still talking about the appointment with Melanie. So if I go to my calendar app, and I jump over to Friday, there's the meeting I have with Scott at 2, and the one I just created with Melanie at 3. So Siri is able to figure out which apps best suit my needs in these situations. If I ask for a reminder, it uses the Reminder app. When I want to schedule a meeting, it uses the Calendar app. And if I want to set an alarm for the morning, it'll use the Clock app. Wake me up at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, I set an alarm for 6 a.m.
So it's that easy to set your phone's alarm clock. I didn't have to go into the Clock app and enter that information myself. You can also use other aspects of the Clock app. For example, maybe I'm baking a cake and I want to set a timer. I can say, set a timer for 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes and counting.
And there's my timer. And if I go to the actual Clock app and open up the timer, you can see it's still counting down. So those are just some examples of ways you can use Siri to set reminders for yourself.